はい、ということで、次のゲームですが、シルエットミラージュの any%JP です。このゲームからしばらく解説者がおりませんので、どなたか。
All right, coming up next, we have Silhouette Mirage by Karaoke. Just want to remind you, we do have a bid war coming up for that to upgrade to the good ending. It has to be at
any%JP って
$2,500
いう
to be
場
met
合
for
だ
that. We
と、
are
大
currently
体
at
は日本語版と海外版みたいな感じ
$683.
があっ
Make sure you
て、
get your donations in for that. That run is coming up next. So make sure if you want to see the
それ
good
です
ending and
ね。
upgrade that to the good ending to get your
は
donations
い、
in
ハ
for
ードは
that right
SS セガサタ
now.
ーンです。
All right, we had a few
日
donations
本版
come
でも
in
発
for
売
Blood
されている
Thunder that
ゲーム
we want to get to here
で
while
しょ
we're
う
getting
ね。
set up for the next run. We had a $10 donation from Thor Cat who said, "Go Blood Thunder, have a perfect run." We have a $50 donation from Backspace who says, "Cheers for my favorite spooky
よ
game.
くあります
Lots
よ
of
ね。その
love to
文
the
字数の
folks
関係
at
で日
GDQ."
本語の方が早いと
Now,
か。
here's the one. Remember our runner for one of the previous runs, Millennium Racer Fireman, a man of his word, $200 and said, "Here is the donation I promised and something extra for all the hard work of tech to keep that run going. Appreciate it. Cool." Unbelievable. Thank you, Fireman. Appreciate that. And we have a $10 donation from Dissidents 383 who says, "Good luck, BT. Ignore all the walls." All right, and I do believe we are ready for our next run. So coming up next is Silhouette Mirage by Karaoke.
All right, this is a thing.
お
I'm gonna go
今
ahead
回は
and
切り
turn
替え早かった。
to the TV now. Hello, good morning, good evening,
あ、
everyone,
先ほど
and
の
welcome
なん
to
かイン
Silhouette
タビュー
Mirage.
シーンと
I
か
am
でお話しさ
Karioki.
れてた方
I
で
am
すね。
joined by Shentalk tonight. Shentalk, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty all right considering the time of
そう
night.
なんかアニメーションチックな。
We're gonna get through this. It's gonna be wonderful.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get into the game now,
よ
and
くね、
I
ト
will
ークショー
give
とかで、
whoever's on timer a
なんだ、
countdown for when to start the timer because we're old school. We use SDA timing in
次の
this
奏者
game.
の
We
方と
start
か、
at
もしくは
character
ね、そ
control.
の前のゲームの奏者の方とかで、インタビューしてたりしますからね。
So don't panic yet. The timer is not starting yet. Don't worry, guys.
カリオーキさんかな。
All right. And the timer will start
お
in
普通に
3,
日本語だからやっぱ読め
2,
ます。
1, go.
シルエットとミラージュっていう属性
So
が
this
あ
is
って、それを切り替える。
yeah. So
確かに
basically
な
we
んかこ
start
の
out the game with
左と右でこ
farming
う
money
赤と青が、
by punching these little cupids.
はい、
In
とい
the
うことで
US
グッ
version
ド
they're
ラック
called
です。
polypeepers, which working designs. If you're
これなん
familiar
か
with them, they do a lot of
この
they did a lot
敵
of
みたいなやつを
localization of obscure games in the 90s.
かつ
A
こ
lot of times
う
they took liberties with
後ろからやってき
naming
て、これを
and
芝居ってますかね。
story
結構リアルに芝居っ
conventions
てますね。
and making games harder. But we're playing the original, very original first Saturn release of the game. So this is Silhouette Mirage. You play as this girl Shino, who has different attacks depending whether you're facing left or right, and the attacks do two different elements of damage. You have the silhouette damage and the mirage damage. Silhouette is your bluish
帽子に
purple
なんか
damage.
羽がついてて、
Mirage
そ
is
れで
your
こうふわふわ
reddish pink
飛ん
damage.
でる。
And the way you
Here
damage
and
enemies is by
なんか最初やってるのはこれお金を貯めて、これなんかお
they
店
no, I
さん
don't want
歓
to buy
迎。
stuff. I was just a
上のなんか
pixel
390
too
な
close
ん
to
だ
the
かこれ
shop.
コイン
Okay, we're not gonna buy
あでもなん
stuff
か
right now. We're gonna buy
チャ
stuff
オって言っ
later.
てなんか
That's
すぐ終
why
わった
we're
けど、
grinding for money.
Yeah, so we want to get 900 money to get an OP weapon from the secret shop.
なんか可愛いキャラクターなんだけど結構こ
The way the weapons work is we have
えぐ
a
いですね。
health meter at the top that changes color depending on which direction we're facing. And we also have the spirit meter, which is
上のメーターの体力もあれですかね、その切り替わるキャラクターそれぞれで体力を持ってるみたいな感じですかね。今240と156ってなってるけど。それとも単純に HP、MP かい
Each weapon has a theme of one of the 7 deadly sins. The one that we're using is
おお、なん
sloth,
かでっかいのできた。
which is your default weapon, and we're gonna upgrade that to its max
お
rank
お、
in
もう
the
一体
next
出てきた。
stage. The biggest difference between this and the US release is the cost of
体力
weapons.
と MP。
In the Japanese release,
なる
all
ほど。
weapons cost the same amount, with level 6 weapons costing 900 money. In the US release, they changed the cost of all the weapons to
なんかでっ
balance
かい
what
ロボ
they
ット
thought
に。
would be value based on
これはなんか
their
逃げるパー
strength.
ト。お
And in the Japanese version, all weapons are pretty balanced. You can use each one of them effectively in different ways. In
なん
the
かかぼ
US
ちゃが今
version,
度は。
the only really
ここだ、
good
かぼちゃ
weapon
を
is
縛いていきま
sloth
すね。
because of some balance changes they did. So now we get these new items. They're like called little devils or something like that in the Japanese version. But for this one, I like the US name of Spectre. It just rolls off a bit better. And these guys love to throw bombs at you.
壁登りは自由に。
So back on like the silhouette and mirage mechanics, if you hit an enemy with the opposite color, you deal damage to them. If you deal the same
so
color
close.
as the
Sonic
that was
Yosu.
actually almost perfect
I
farming.
think if I hadn't killed that one, I could have gotten the 900 in one round there. So.
Totally. That was almost like
あ
a,
これ
like
も
a
なんかま
perfect
た、
farming.
あれですかね、
Yeah,
敵
enemies
を
can
もう
grab
一
you
度
too.
出
You
現させ
basically
て、
punch enemies with your hair. It's silly, and they can also grab you
nope.
and nom
Got it.
on you. Nice.
I'm also
But,
like really low on spirit from the first area, so.
You'll be able to
で、
grab
ま
it
たこれ
back.
歓迎。さあ
Yeah,
何
the
なんか
enemies will drop the
買う画面が
spirit.
一瞬でわ
Unlike
かんない
the
んだよな。
US version where you have
あ
to
確か
you
に
can
これ
absorb
2文字
spirit.
ぐらいしか
So
もう
this
表
is
示
a
さ
secret
れない。
shop. I'm gonna buy my level 6 weapon here.
あ、なんか900万ね。ああ、
Yeah.
これで確かに
But if you hit enemies with the
上の数
same
字買ってなん
type
か
that they are, it drains their spirit as well,
お
and
金
you can
6にな
also
りますね。
remove their ability
あれ
to
が欲しか
do
ったんでしょうね。
certain attacks. Sometimes removing their ability to attack altogether, depending on the type of enemy. Like these low-level enemies,
ああ、なんかすごい
like the
ので、
cupids, you can remove their ability to
これ
attack
が欲しかったと。
altogether. The specters, you can remove their ability to throw their pumpkin heads, but they can still breathe on you. So now we're gonna get our first boss, Gregory. He's pretty. He just goes down like it's nothing.
that
He's
was a boss.
basically the intro boss and nothing. And now
と
we
まだ
get
なんか
introduced to
赤い
a
ロゴが出
neutral
てき
type
て、
enemy, which you can't damage
こい
directly.
つ
You
と
can only
戦う。
damage by reflecting their attacks.
Or knocking them off a
And-
ledge.
Yeah, or knocking them off the ledge in the instance of the
Oh,
walker
yeah.
enemies. The ideal strat is to do a full reflect on them with the Gatling gun, assuming that's their first attack. And for this particular walker, they almost always open with Gatling gun, and you can insta-give them that way. And suddenly, we're back on the surface.
Yeah, back at our. So we're the messenger of justice, and we're supposed to be saving the world, but we kind of have a little bit of amnesia, so we're trying to find our way and what happened since we've been asleep. This is another boss. This is Moses, by the way.
シルエットとかミラージュって書いてあるから、それはそいつの属性を
So
Yeah,
this
since
is
we have a
getting
level
the
6 weapon, we're just kind of chewing through bosses right now. The level of sloth you get at the beginning of the game, if you don't buy any other weapons, it will level up along as the story goes along. So
Yeah.
by the end of the game, you'd have a level 6, but we just bought that level 6 there for
と
going through everything really quickly, because this is a speed run.
Yeah, there's also another weapon route you can do where you can get I believe it's called Pride. I believe
Yeah,
that's
it's
what,
Pride.
Yeah,
You get
which you
that
get a little
one.
bit later
これはなんか
than you
近
would
代
get the
的な都
sloth,
市。
but it's
Yeah, not
faster
too
for
much.
some. It's faster for some bosses, but you do have to buy a level 5 version of sloth for.
なんか
the
基本
final
的には
boss.
1個の属性しかないけ
I don't
ど
want money.
主人公はこう
What spirit?
特殊だからこう2つ属性を
Yeah, it turned out
使い
well
分け
money.
るの
The
られる
prime
ので
weapon
どっ
is
ちにも
actually
い
if you
けると。お
hop
す
across
ごい
the
出てきた
gap。where the Moses boss fight is, there's a secret shop over there, and that's where that hangs out. So
Yeah, and the Pride weapon basically shoots out spinning scythes that each do damage.
なかなかそう手前から来るのってないですよね。奥から来るのはあるかもしれないけど。
So now we're just going through the city now, and you know those beautiful background layers exclusive to the Saturn version. When they ported the PS1, they had to downgrade some of the background layers by removing some of it.
こいつは
And
シルエ
now
ッ
we
ト。
have this
なの
guy
で
here, just spacing his name.
赤で攻撃するのかな。
Periclesis.
Yeah, Periclesis, and so now he's gonna make a bunch of racket, and everyone in the background just like, "Hey, shut up."
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
so- so-
it's late
Usezo
hours
みたいな。
here. They want to sleep. If you take too long in that fight, and his armor makes noise, they will start throwing those items at you during the fight as well. And they do neutral damage. Neutral damage, same thing as what those walkers can do with their Gatling guns. The special thing about neutral damage is it does both HP and spirit damage.
Yeah. And now we get introduced to Zoar here, who is similar to us but different as well.
確かにね、冷蔵庫投げてるやつがいましたね。
Zohar can also change elements like us, except that each element is a unique personality.
あれか、完全に向きが
It's just basically an intro fight where
向きで変わるか
getting
ら、
Zohar to half health.
Yeah, and I can just
まあ基本的にあれだよね。
juggle them on the ground like it's such. So.
Yeah, this boss is very grabbable. Like most bosses aren't really.
例えばこれ、青は左向き、赤右向きだから、
It's something you can't grab all together.
ちゃんとそういう風な設計にはなってる
Some
か
more
な。
fodder. So if you got a donation sitting, you can go ahead and read a donation or two.
敵の名前というか、
We
敵の
absolutely
属
do.
性
We
が
have a $25
っていう感じじゃない
donation from Mercury Zelda, who says, "Had to wish my BFF good luck on her run. You rock, Kari."
Aww.
And we have a $15 donation from Mad
まあ
God
別に表示されて
Rando,
な
who
くて
says,
ね、
"Been
自分で
watching
判
for a
断する
long
ような
time
仕様
and
でもいいの
donating
かも
when
し
I
れないけど。
can. Shout outs to the late night crew. Good luck on the run, karioke."
This
Oh my God,
biker.
I've never seen,
Oh,
I've never seen
man.
this biker.
Okay, there
This
she
would be
goes.
So bad.
This game has a lot of randomness to it. We'll be hitting a lot more as the game goes on. That's kind of the first part of randomness. Those bikers can take, anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 years to hop up.
が
Yeah.
ジャン
I've
プ
never
で
seen
届
it
く
that bad though.
さまたで
So
っ
now
かい
we're
ロボ
gonna
ット
lure the
が
walker over to the edge here, and if it doesn't do a
普通あれか
gatling,
な
we just shoot
左
off
から
the
攻
edge
撃しない
and
と
it
いけない
does
か
have
な。
health
赤
and
じゃないとダメ
damage.
だから、
This walker generally
一応入れ
doesn't
替わっ
do the
て、
gatling.
そう、だから
It
こういうのが
seems-
重要ですよ
it
ね。
seems
その
like
向き、
as far as Walker AI goes,
向き固定
only
だ
the
から、
very first one you encounter most likely opens with a gatling attack.
だから赤は
Yeah, in this version, that
赤
walker
効く
is
やつは
smart,
左側にいると
and it will not
戦
go
えない
to
んで
the
すよね。
edge of the train
いや、その
platform.
逆
In
も
the
しかりで。
US version, it actually will go to the edge of the train platform like all the way.
Yeah, it's
男って
very strange AI changes. So now we have
てことら、
Samson here. He's a big, strong dude, and bye bye
こいつは見た
Samson.
まま青だから赤で。
He did no iframes, which is good. He can also jump back to his truck, which is really annoying because then he'll just throw stuff at you and you can't hit him while he's doing that.
It seems
So
to be
here-
pretty rare in the Japanese version, at least.
I had it happen like twice, I think. But he goes down so quickly. But, now for a boss that can either go down quickly or not, this is the gun. This is be our first big neutral boss.
Yeah.
We're gonna be shooting any blue bullets that come through and leave the pink ones, and we got 3, which is about normal. We usually average 3.
Yeah,
And now we sit here and reflect.
We also want to try to avoid hitting the pink ones as well, because if you hit them and drain their spirit, they can come out as duds, which is not very helpful to us.
Got a
Ooh,
laser,
nice.
nice.
Got a laser.
2 lasers, okay.
Oh, nice. So it does
Oh.
different types of shots.
リボルバー
It's
みたいな。
entirely random what kind of shots they do, I think. Because at least I
こい
don't
つ
know
が
the
入る
same
と
pattern.
弾が発
It
射され
depends on
る。
which bullets get loaded. So each of the little dudes that are running in
なんか
are
赤でこう、
different,
なんだろう。
and each of
バ
those
リア
is
じゃない
different.
け
But
ど
I think sometimes it can come out as does. And only one pink one got in that time, so we had to wait here and wait for it to go through the cycles.
Yeah.
Another change, the
なるほど。
US
同じ
version
属
makes
性だ
that
から
neutral damage does a lot more damage. Okay, another cycle of 3, which is pretty good. So this boss can go down easily in 1 round in the US version. You can 1 round it in this version if you get
そうだね。だから青色は入れたくない。
really good shots.
Yeah.
青色入れたら、このままこ
Occasionally
う、
shots can
やり合
kill
わ
you
ないといけ
too,
なくなる
just
から、
a
赤だったら、こ
12 HP.
うやってほら、跳ね返して、この
If you want, you can do a quick
薬莢だけ
donation.
出てきましたっていう。
Sure thing. We have a $5
同じ属性やっぱそうだから磁石の青赤ですよね。そういう意味で言うと、多分そういうところから着想を得てるのかもしれないけど。
Well worth seeing. Come on, everyone.
Yeah, choo choo.
Oh no, it's a dud. Okay, whoo.
倒
Yeah,
し
the
て。
duds can either be homing missiles or duds, so that was an okay gun.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was an incentive for this run. Upgrade to the good ending. So usually the speed run goes for the bad ending because that boss is faster. You still have time. You have most of this
Well,
run
no,
to
no.
donate for that incentive. So Go ahead.
And now we got
Ah,
my favorite boss, Dynamis.
Favorite
向こう側に
boss in the
気持ち
game, as mentioned in my interview, this is Dynamis.
人面魚が
Oh, she's gonna dive. She's gonna be bad tonight.
Yeah, so she basically throws out her tentacles, which is the main way of damaging her, and of course you want to
こうなん
hit
か手前に
the
来たり
element of
奥に
wherever
来
the
たり
tentacles are, and she
she's
also has an attack that she favors where she does a dive, and you have to just wait for her to do it, and she can do it multiple times in a row. Sometimes she'll do it twice, sometimes she'll do it none, or sometimes she'll do it 4, 5, 6 times. It's unlikely
Yeah,
that
and
you'll
you
see it that
can't hit her.
often, though.
Oh, she's got
Oop.
two different
な
color
んか
arms
足
now.
みたいのがついてるからそれをまず
So
まあ
each
これもやっぱ
arm
色
does
それぞれ
80
に色があ
damage,
る
or
から
40 damage to her.
対応した色でやると
Come on.
そうすると奥
And she can hurt you with
に
her
いる
fin
ように
there.
見えん
She
だけどそれ
does
違うんだよね
mirage
ビ
damage
ビルの
with
あ
her
の
fins,
ガラス面に
even
反
though
射
her
してる
body is like neutral type. So this will be it for her. There we
Yeah.
go.
And lore-wise, she's a guardian angel, and guardian angels in this world, they're not exactly sentient, and they go berserk when they're around China, because they have like a mission to kill her, since she's like the messenger of justice, as she believes she is.
こいつは
Yeah,
なん
and
だ
all
協
guardian
力者
angels
みたいな
are
や
both
つな
are
のかな
dual
このピエロ
element
みたい
like
な
we are as well. So you could see that Dynamis had both
なんかさっき
colored arms
この
there, and
街
we've
に
seen
飛
them
ばし
kind
ま
of
した
with
よ
a bunch
ね
of the other guardian
なん
angel
か
bosses
空
that we're
間
going to
み
be
たいなの
fighting.
開いて
Yeah, and then
That they use
foreshadowing
both
of
elements.
there main Megiddo we'll be seeing a lot more of, especially if we go for the bad ending.
あそうすると
No,
ま
you're
た
supposed to
次の
plug the good
I
ending.
Stage
know.
かな
But we don't want to see more of it. We want to see more of the good ending. So if you're not a fan of Megiddo's style, donate for the good ending. So now we're somewhere in Europe. Basically, the overall story is that there was an experiment that split the world into the silhouette and mirage
これでま
elements.
た
So every normal
かぼちゃ
person
軍
is
団
either that
は青
or one or the other.
あ
And
の
they've
な
all
んか
been
女の
transformed
子の
into
お人
various
形的なやつは
monsters.
赤ですね
And
基本雑魚はこういうくくりな
the
のかな
mirage
青
element
と
was
赤で
given to more those who are thinkers, people intellectually smart and that kind of thing, and the silhouette element was given to those who are strong physically, as like it's just a theming throughout this game. Honestly, I didn't know that until it was pointed out to me the other day, actually, and it made a lot of sense. So now we have a sort of an auto scroller here. If you wait for that gear to drop down, it locks your screen to it, so you can't get past it. But if you're quick enough, you can just avoid having to wait for it. And same again here, although this one doesn't lock onto your screen.
So
if we
there's
have a
two
donation, we can
separate
get that
paths
in.
here. Yeah. Go ahead. You can do a donation.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. We have a $5 donation from Bruceinator who says Silhouette Mirage, which left and right for justice. Go karaoke. Thank you very much. That was
う
another
んそうですね
haiku.
ア
We got
ク
the
ション
haiku
要
theme
素もあ
going
るし
on.
そういう切り
Nice.
替えるパズル的要素もあるしっていう
So now we're inside the castle proper, and we have Paolo here, who's very shy. You have to go into the room, face the other direction, and then he'll introduce himself. And he seems like, you know, a sweet, innocent young lad.
He's gonna give us a present here.
Yeah, and then
Oh no.
surprise, he's a werewolf.
Oh.
Ooh, did he give you spirit?
なんかベアウルフみたいになりましたね
Nice.
奥のこの満月が
And he's another easy boss. In the US version, you can break his AI if you bring him into the
あ一瞬
corner. He
やっ
just
ぱ
forgets
この
how
武
to
器がすごい
boss.
おおすごいなんか背景が
But in
And it
the-
turns out that was a fake moon all along, and it was just a
Yeah.
painting. If you actually grab him and slam him into the ground enough, you can knock the painting down, and he'll transform back into his human form and just kind of stand there all scared until the specters come back and put the painting back up.
I've never seen that, but I want to see it someday. But,
All
you
right,
know,
here is the smiley face from Heck.
yeah,
Oh, it turned
Malakim.
blue. That's
Oh.
pink. I wanted to turn him blue, but I turned him pink, so we're going to see something different than what I usually do here.
Yeah,
なんか
so
でかいのが
basically the goal of this fight is to hit the
カメレオン的
smiley
な
face to determine the boss's element. And
Why are you still
then,
using pink attacks? There you go.
And then the boss, the actual lizard Malakim, reveals itself.
ツビーがあってここの満月がさっきの満月が取れないパターン外れない
Malakim was hiding the portal to where we needed to go next.
Yes, that's like that's Moses' like transport nexus, and he ate it.
Yeah.
So he spit it back out when we beat him. So I usually want to turn him blue there because As you saw, if you turn them pink, then there's homing lasers that can juggle you because you don't have any
トレージャー
iframes
ってい
in
う
this
メーカー
game.
なんですかね。
And of course, you use the homing lasers like that. So because I can't tell two
すごいなん
colors
かね、
apart.
みんななんか名
Apparently.
前を聞くと、あーみたいな感じになってるけど、ちょっと私、すみません、存じ上げませんが。
So now,
次がテレビ
Zohar
局
comes
で
in
す
and
ね。
takes our transportation and brings us into the math dimension. And now, now it's another
Well, no,
fight
Saki
where
must
we
have-
need to get Zohar down to 500 HP, but this time Zohar's a bit tougher, is a bit more difficult to grab onto. And unlike other boss or enemy types, you can't drain Zohar's spirit. Zohar's just immune to that.
All right, that was okay.
And that was actually pretty solid. Usually it's a lot more slippery for me.
Yeah. Zohar tends to fly around a lot more in this battle, and their grab, like defense is even worse in this one. It just kind of goes up every single time you fight them, I think. But again, just 500 HP, just kind of, if you can get in their face and they don't change color, then it's usually okay to just get in their face.
It's pretty unlikely that'll happen. But if you get lucky like that, it's wonderful. And the fight just goes super smoothly. So now we're back in the city, and we're gonna go for a ride.
I'll take you for a ride in a car. Well, we're not going to be in the car. We're going to be on top of the car.
Yeah, we're going to be on top of the car. We're too cool to be inside the car. Yeah,
also, the car hits us.
これはまた現代っぽいステージかな。車が。
Now we're going to be fighting the driver Samson here. You know, big strong dude, and just going to break open the roof.
And that's his buddy Delilah in the back. He owns the car and owns this whole town, actually. So.
Oh, really?
He
was rich.
誰が運転しているのか。
Yeah, he pretty much controls this cute little town. So. Guess what?
あ、エイリアンソルジャーとか聞いたことある、ね。
It's an auto scroller. At certain HP thresholds, the car is gonna turn, and we had to turn it, make it turn like 4 times. So it's going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So it's facing right at the end. If you just keep doing his HP down, you'll do that. So great time for a bunch of donations here as we beat this guy down.
Sure thing. We have a $25 donation from SoLG. Says for longtime viewer, first time donator from Germany here. Since I recently celebrated our 6th anniversary with my boyfriend, I thought I'd dedicate this donation to him and put my money towards the good ending for Silhouette Mirage. Thank you very much. We have $15 from Zykier211, who says Silhouette Mirage was one of my favorite games on the PS1. Shoutouts to Working Designs for introducing me to their catalog. Good luck on the run, Kariohki. And we have no message, but a $500 donation from Seizure13. No message, no problem. Thank you very much. Very generous. Thank you. And just to give people, just to give a quick update on that upgrade to good ending incentive, we're currently at $973. We still have about $1,500 to go. So if you want to see that ending get upgraded to good ending, get your donations in for that. Still need about $1,500.
All right, we're nearing the end of this. So when the boss gets to 50 HP, he's no longer able to damage him until the car jumps, and then you can do your last 50 HP of damage.
おっと、車が。これでもまだ走っている。
And then he started doing an attack, so it took a little bit longer for his attack to finish and for the car to jump down. So.
Yeah. So, and you know,
あ、そして、あ、これよくありますね。あ、そう、落ちるわけじゃなかった。突っ込んだ。
Of a broadcasting company.
No, I mean, I think it's where Delilah was going anyway, so we made it there.
Yeah.
And don't worry, I am low on HP. You do get 10 continues in this game, so if I die, that's fine. And in fact, in some cases, I might prefer. There was an enemy in front of me. I didn't see them. I might prefer to die actually because that will mean I get full HP, full spirit back. So it's pretty good right now.
Yeah,
but,
which you do the most damage. There's like a hidden 300 full tier where you get a little bit more range and your shots come out a bit more. So now here we have the game show host Sarah. She's like, you're not ready to play. We're just gonna send you off.
Yeah, we're gonna have you play with this guy downstairs first. I was being a little careful in that hallway because you can soft lock the game there. If you don't kill the enemies right, enemy can get stuck running off screen.
Yeah, but, it's pretty uncommon to happen. I've only ever happened to happen to me once. but it does happen and it's not fun. So now we have Faust here. He's like the star of the station, I think.
赤
Something
で
like that.
左から
He
攻
runs one of their
撃
most popular like shadow shows,
これも
and
早いで
he's
すね
pretty easy if he doesn't run around a lot.
Yeah,
He
his
can
gimmick
do a
is
lot of
just
different shadow
puppets.
puppets.
ちょっと爆弾が
And so we beat him up, he turns into a bomb, and we just brush it off, no sweat.
あ、影で攻撃確かになんかそんな感じでしたね
All right, I'm gonna ask for a little bit of serious time here. See if I can get the juggle
グ
on
ラフィ
this
ックは割
boss.
といいですよねおお看板時代が
Nope,
Aw,
didn't
dang.
even touch her. She did the reflect. She did the
おっと
reflect
スロ
thingy.
ット回し
So
た
you can juggle this boss by we're just
ま
gonna
るまる
face
まる
tanker
あこれは
here.
お金が出てきた
Yeah, so you find out
Okay,
Sarah is
there we go.
actually not a cardboard cutout, but a little person here, and she runs this slots show, and you can get different slots that can extend the fight depending on what you
Hazard.
get. So you want to hope you get nothing, or you just
しばいた
juggle. But she's very hard to grab.
Yeah,
And
she
she-
gets a she if
Oh,
she
someone said-
flinches, she has a high chance of like really breaking out of it. Very hard to grab. And hey Shentok. I think we're going somewhere.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Shentok, we're at soup.
What do you mean we're at soup?
I mean, we're
Um,
at soup. It's all soup.
おスープ
So now we finally get to fight Delilah, sort of. Basically, we have to poison his soup, and he breathes
めっちゃ
in the bubbles
加
at
熱されて
random
ますよ
intervals. And if they're purple bubbles, he takes 8
あ
damage. If
敵
they're
が
purple bubbles, he gains spirit. The amount
煮
of
込まれ
bubbles
て
up there depends
めっ
on
ちゃすごい
how
温
much
度になって
spirit
る
gains, but no matter what, as long as there's at least one purple bubble, he'll take 8 damage, and that's all the damage he takes. So it's like kind of a slow fight. And all we really got to do is just keep throwing in specters and keep the soup purple. And
色がだいぶあカ
if he
ニ
gets
カニ
under here, he does a
カニで
nose
中
beam
和してる
attack, and so ideally we don't want to see that happen because that just means that the fight went
Yeah.
really
あ
sideways
魚も
in
入ってます
terms
よ
of luck.
Yeah, it's purely luck here. When the bubbles spawn, when he breathes them in, if he does the breathing in attack, if he goes, I'm going to use the English terms here
なんで
for
すよ
those
ねあ
attacks.
そうか
quote
敵
unquote
側が
attacks.
こう
He
赤
can
を
say
投
just
げて
more,
きてる
more,
からあん
more.
まり赤
And
に
just-
なる
just
とまずい
talk.
みたいな
He
だ
can
から
say,
このかぼちゃ
"Eat
しばい
little
て青をどん
salt
どん入れ
and
て
salt the soup," which puts it back to neutral.
そうすればいいと
Or he can sniff, or and then at 100
でも
spirit he does his nose beam.
敵
So
結構
we'll
投
be
げ
here
てく
for
る
a
けど
while,
さ
a good time
主
to
人
run
公
some
のいるところ
donations and
そんなに敵来ないからこれ間に合う
we
の
have
かね
donations. Thank you for the we have a $10 donation from a Silent Harmony who says, "Did I hear good ending donation train? Let's do it." Thank you for the $10. We have a $100 donation.
なかなかえぐいっちゃえぐいですよね
Says, "Have to donate
このデザインで
to all
こう
my
なんか
favorite games of the 32-bit era.
あんまり
Here's for the good ending."
そうじゃない雰囲気にしてるだけででもこういうなんかタイプのあれいいですよね
The good
おす
ending
すめ
incentive is over at
ただの
$1,000
力押しじゃ
now.
なくて
$1,025 still need about $1,500 for that.
多分めっちゃ赤くされてますけどこれ大丈夫ですか
$5 from Kairichi
なんか
193
そう背景にいるやつもなんかこう介入し始めてきたけど
$50 from Rigorous who says the $5 train is leaving the station soon. Hop on while you can. That was another stealth haiku there. Thank you, Rigorous.
I just want to say we got the nose beam attack, unfortunately, but you can see what it was.
Yeah, he did a huge sniff there, and there must
う
have
ん
been a
背
ton
景
of
のや
pink
つが
bubble
ボス
songs.
で
He went
まあ
from
こ
like
の
nothing
鍋
to
はその
96
ギ
in
ミ
one
ックの
sniff.
一つみた
That
い
was
な
crazy. But you can go back to donations now.
Sure. We have a $50 donation from Curty. There was no message, but no problem. Thank you, Curty, for the $50. We have a $100
あーなんか泡
donation
確かに
from Jake Shadow
後ろのや
TV
つが
who
吸っ
says,
てんのか
"First time donating, been watching
あ
for
ーで
years, and I'm glad to finally be in a
そうする
position
と
where I can give back. In a time where everyone is stuck at home, it's events like these that show that we are not alone. Stay strong,
敵の
SGDQ
ペースが
hype."
あでもそろそろ
All right, yeah, and, like it always ends, and since it's in intervals of 8, you're always going to end up with 4 HP remaining, and just hope that he doesn't take too long breathing it
Sniff.
in. There we go. Very
There
nice.
we go.
So because we defeated his soup, the whole building blows up. Because the soup was the real boss here.
Yeah, the soup was a real boss, and maybe we had the heat on too high. Always practice safe cooking in the kitchen.
Yes.
Just because something takes 10 minutes at 400 degrees doesn't mean you should put it at 4,000 degrees to take 1 minute.
Exactly. That's good advice. So we are inching closer to closing off that donation. We still got a little bit, but we're getting pretty close.
Yes, we're currently at $1,255, so we'll need still about $1,250 for that.
I believe in y'all. So now we're right outside Edo, which is basically the epicenter of the whole incident that transformed the world. And we get another guardian angel making its appearance in the form of a two-headed serpent, I guess.
Goat sheep snake.
Yeah, goat sheep
はい。
snake.
ということで、今なんか
named
ステージの入れ替わりみたいなところで、ちょっと時間にもなりましたんで、モデレーターの方はこちらで、ちょっとゲームの途中ではありますが、交代しますので、じゃあアルムさん、引き続きよろしくお願いします。
はい、よろしくお願いします。アジさんお疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。
はい。ここからは司会進行私アルムで、お送りします。よろしくお願いします。
So things
This stage is special.
Yeah, things are a bit weird. All the bosses here are neutral and they're very mean. We can't attack any of them directly. We can only reflect their attacks back at them for damage. And the first boss is pretty tame. Basically, we just want to reflect any attacks it does at us. We got like
私もこのゲームやったことないので、ちょっと雰囲気で見てる感じにしかならないんですけど、チャットを見る感じでは結構やったことある方がいらっしゃるみたいなので。
If you reflect on them of the same element, you can turn them neutral, and if the spider goes into it, it deals constant damage, but it's pretty unlikely to happen, but it's really nice when it does. And that was actually a really, really solid spider fight there.
Yeah, that was a solid spider. In the US version, because neutral damage does a lot more, you can defeat him in 3 reflects of his little web attack there, which is really nice. This one takes like 8 or something.
Yeah. So now we have the Yona army. We're going to be fighting the commander of the Yona army. And this is the most luck-dependent boss in the game, but there is still some skill involved. Basically, you have to react to this boss and reflect attacks back on it from either his men or himself. Ideally, you want him to be able to just take a bunch of damage against himself. You can also drop grenades, which you want to reflect deals damage to him. He can also drop random bombs that you can reflect to make them neutral, so that if he's in the way when they blow up, they'll do damage to him. His minions, he can change their elements to neutral, to Ursula or Mirage.
緑属性っていうのが反射でしか倒せないみたいなんですかね。
His minions are shooting at you, but he's the one taking the damage, but that's also pretty tough to set up. He can also shoot you with his gun. He's just this boss is like, he's being super kind to you. Like, it's a little bit slow with him just doing this loop, but it's, oh my goodness, this is wonderful. Look how nice he's being. And then he does grenades. Oh my god,
that's the nicest Yona I've had in a while.
Yona is rarely ever this kind.
Yeah, we were like just ready to sit here for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and be like, okay, I hope you have like a good amount of donations to read. But yeah, about that, he went really nicely there, because that boss is completely random. You can only damage him with reflected attacks.
Yeah. So we find our way outside of Prince Dam, but we're not quite free of Prince Dam just yet. Prince Dam's gonna
緑の攻撃は赤をどちらのリフレクターでも跳ね返せて、跳ね返った攻撃は緑属性になる。なるほど。
Because of course, Prince Dam is a guardian angel, and once it's gone. But conveniently, Megiddo makes an appearance, and he's like, I want to test your strength. I want to see what you got. So this is another boss, just take down to half health. This boss, he has an attack where he can throw roses at you that deal neutral damage. He also can extend his arm at you. He does all silhouette damage. He also has an attack he favors where he jumps in the air and dives into the ground, and you can grab him out of it to just keep him from doing it over and over again, because he will do it multiple times. You can also jump into the background and throw a bunch of stuff at you. He can summon specters, and while he's doing that, he's invulnerable.
But
Haki
he
is
did that
すご
this
いです
time,
ね。
oddly. He usually favors that attack.
Yeah,
Like that in the jump, he barely did. He didn't even do the specter summoning, so. I got a little nervous when I died there because I was like, okay, I have to hit A, so I, revive myself and not press B and not revive myself. Although I'm not even sure if B works on that menu. I haven't tried. But okay, we're heading into the final side-scrolly beat 'em up area of this game. After this area, it's all boss fights all the way down. So.
Yeah. So we've been knocked inside the Edo facility, which is where we were headed in the first place. But when we first got here, we were unable to get directly here. So now we got some cupids here, and they're shooting guns at us. And then 2 walkers show up, and they cause a lot of lag. One's a fast-moving walker, one's a slow-moving walker.
Oh, and of course, like 4 of the cupids. Or we're running off the screen like that. I missed one of the reflex there, so
but still
let's
nice.
just
You got a
get
Gatling attack. That's pretty
those
rare.
Oh, get out.
Yeah. So
yeah, this is like one of the fights where if the walkers step on you, they really can tell that their feet do neutral damage. So there's actually a ledge off to the side here that I'm trying to push them off of if they would, stop walking.
これはあれなんですかね、エフェクト的に攻撃を与えられてるようには見えないんですけど。
So basically, we want to try and knock them off this ledge twice, each of them twice to kill them. And like I said, one of them walks fast and one of them walks slowly. Ideally, you want to get just both of them off, but you don't want them stacked up like that because then they just keep walking forward. But okay, nice.
ああ、歩いてる途中でこかせたらダメ。なるほど。
And of course, if you reflect the Gatling guns at them, then you only have to knock them off like once. Sometimes you can knock it off and it'll yeet to the top of the screen.
Yeah,
and then land on one of the platforms, which will make it easier to knock it off the platform. Then trash mobs here, and then we have I call this little part the run, because we gotta use the crouch dash here. I use it because it is the fastest form of movement across large areas of the game. But to not get hit by the falling debris there, you have to crouch dash.
Yeah, that falling debris can really mess you up if you're not if you're not crouch dashing past it. So now we're getting closer to the center of the Edo facility, and here we get introduced to Har, who is going to summon another guardian angel named Galgalin. And here we can see the control center of the Edo facility. And Galgalin is a guardian angel, but also a trash compactor. You can't directly deal damage to this boss. The way you deal damage is that you want to feed it enemies of the opposite color of its wings that it's currently at. And so you want to try to lure the enemies to where the claws are and try to get it to grab enemies of the opposite color. It'll try to favor enemies of the same color as it. But as long as you do maintenance of keeping...
Nope. Don't eat that.
Yeah, keeping only the opposite color enemies.
I'm not getting good enemy RNG, and he's doing that. Come on, I don't want no specters. And he keeps doing this one attack where it's causing a bunch of lag. Can I have the hand on the screen, please? I stopped doing the attack with all the lag.
So
this enemy RNG is really bad.
Yeah, we need to feed a total of 10 enemies, ideally across 3 phases. So basically, you want to do like 3, 3, 4, or in some order like that. So it looks like this is going to be a 3-phase.
This is definitely going to be a 3-phase.
Yeah, and so you don't have to you can still attack enemies while they're grabbed until they start spinning. Then they're no longer in the foreground. Then if you need to farm money or anything, this is also a good place for that because enemies are just going to be constantly appearing. But if you want to get some donations in, this is going to be a few minutes.
Absolutely. We have a $75 donation from Immoral Flame. I think they're hitting us with another haiku. They say, "This is a good game. I have it on PlayStation. Very good soundtrack." Very nice. Thank you for the 75.
両手でガシッと掴まれてますね。
from Twirlin Curtis, who says Silhouette Mirage is one of the coolest looking games I've ever seen. Needs salt. $15 from You Old So-and-So, who says Ganon painting is rad. Silhouette Mirage is rad. This event is rad. Rad, 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 rad. Thank you. $25 from Heaven Chai, who says super psyched about Silhouette Mirage and looking forward to Kyo 2. So glad to see these Saturn games expertly played. I think we can still get good ending. And just an update on that, we are less than $1,000 away. We have just crossed $1,500. We need about $950 left to reach that good ending incentive. So get those donations in towards the good ending now.
Yeah, that's going to be closing really soon here.
Very soon.
Time's a ticking. Better get those donations in.
Pretty much the rest of this boss and the next boss, and that's it.
Yeah, and the next boss will be gone in a blink of an eye, assuming it plays well. But yeah, I just need to eat one more enemy and then basically keep it from eating any more enemies to speed up its trash compacting process.
It's just been doing this.
これ掴まれてるキャラの顔が、まあ、ちょっと可愛いだけに
the wandering little circle thingies that home in on you.
Yeah.
えぐい描写が際立ちますね。
Okay, now so you just nope. Don't eat that. Don't eat this either.
Very nice.
So they can only have 3 enemies on screen at once.
Yeah,
We're
not
just gonna do
including the ones in
some
the background.
mob control. All right, that's 3. He's gonna start trash compacting. He won't grab anything else, so we're just gonna not do anything to prevent lag and just dodge the enemies.
Yep. There we go. Very nice. A little bit slow, but it
あ、
went
終わりましたね。
otherwise. Have you noticed that Galdoin is a cute, derpy, two-headed dragon as well?
He's very cute.
So now Zohar makes another appearance, but this time we actually have to take Zohar down. It's no longer half health, I'm gone. Now we have to actually deal with Zohar. But the catch is we're on a 2-minute time limit, and depending if we defeat Zohar within the time limit determines the next boss we get. So we want to, of course, defeat Zohar within that time limit to get the faster boss fight. And of course,
タイマーあり
we're
です
not waiting on the timer in
時
general.
間制限があり
Zohar, please.
So Zohar is moving around a lot more. Zohar can also summon like little orbital things that reflect your attacks, and they can be very unfortunate.
Yeah, because now they did that and they switched right away, and those little orby things reflect Mirage attacks only.
Oh, really? I thought they reflected
Yep.
all the attacks.
Nope, it reflects Mirage attacks only.
Oh, dang, that's good to
So
know.
I'm just gonna go ahead and try to face tank them here.
There we go. Oh, so close.
There we go.
All right, there we go. So yeah,
あー、時間内に倒せるかで分岐。
We're gonna
はい
get a harder boss next, like technically harder, but it's a much faster fight because if we waited out 2 minutes, we'd be fighting a butterfly type boss named Seraphim, who's is like an easier boss but much slower to defeat.
So we're gonna start
Zohar
with
teleport us in where
purple, yep.
Har's hologram is. And plot twist, turns out Zohar himself is also a guardian angel who's been sealed to have sentience, because guardian angels can't really control themselves. So now we're fighting Sefer Ha-Zohar.
Sefer Za-Zohar because it's yep, this is the silhouette version we started with. And all right, it's time. Let me know, what ending are we going for?
あ、このタイトルは確かにドネートありますね。
All right, we're going fast.
アップグレードトゥグッドエンディングで達成額、目標達成額が$2,500に対して、今1,700ですかね。
Yeah, it turns out we were actually a bomb who was sent here to destroy the Eden system to restore balance to the world, and we're gonna choose not to do that. But by doing so, ooh, oh well, that happens.
Yeah, I think I just got really face tanked right against the guns there because they are not playing nice and they're just sweeping around. Missed the 2 cycle.
Yeah.
You can two-cycle this boss, but they were moving around a lot and causing a lot of lag, so ended up having to do just a brief 3-cycle there.
Yeah, but it's fine. We have Max Spirit, which will help us in the next boss fight. There's a mechanic in this game that we haven't used at all because it's not really. It's not that it's not useful. It's not advantageous to you. Basically, you have a special move depending on which weapon you have equipped, where you press A, B, and C together, and it drains 100 spirit to use it. So that's why it's like not a great thing to use on the regular. But with the weapon we have, the sloth weapon, we do a move called Parasite Bomb that deals a lot of focused targeted damage.
Yeah, and it just kind of chews through the final boss. You'll be seeing it. So here, they get one final shop. We don't need it. I think that shop has everything in the game. And then here is where we meet Har, and Har gives us the choice of, do we want to restore the world or leave it be? And we're going to leave the world be.
Yeah.
And go ahead and skip this cutscene. What happens in that cutscene is Megiddo appears, and kills Har because reasons, I guess. Well, they were always like fighting each other. Kills him and decides to fight us as well.
Yeah,
and that's not a very good choice, and we'll be seeing why in a bit here. So the first half of this Megiddo fight is exactly the same as the previous fight.
Yeah, we find out that Har and Megiddo are actually twin brothers who are like linked in a way.
Yeah, so here he's gonna go berserk.
Because
Probably
he's
not expecting it.
Yeah, because he's not stable anymore now that his other half is dead.
And please play nice.
Yeah, this boss, basically you can only hurt him when he's attacking. So the ideal thing is to Parasite Bomb and hope that he's dealing damage, or he's attacking in some way.
And
nope, not yet. And okay, it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be soon. He's got 4 HP left. Time.
あ、タイマーストップですね。GG お疲れ様です。
When he's not attacking, he just reflects all the damage back at you, neutral damage.
Yeah, his first attack there with the shockwave, you don't want to see that because that does damage like screen wide to you, and you kind of want to stay as much spirit so you can use the spirit bomb attack there. So basically, we don't restore the world back to the way it is. The other boss that we would fight for the good ending is you actually fight the Edo system. I think it calls itself Eden at that point. Fight that Eden system and restore the world to the way it was. However, no one knows you're there, no one knows you existed, and you're basically a ghost. But in this case, we leave the world as it is, we get some nice happy music, and we decide, we're going to restore the world on our own without, relying on the machine here. So while the final cutscene here plays, we're going to do a few shout outs, and thank you all for watching this run tonight. I know it got pushed back a lot. I'm quite tired. I know Shentalk is quite tired. I'm sure you're tired too, chat, but thank you all for, if you stayed up, thank you for staying up. If you woke up, thank you for waking up. Shout outs to Chaos42666 is the world record holder in all categories of this game, and actually did most of the rerouting from when I originally started running this game back in 2006, and then running it through 2013 at Bonus Stream and all that. And shouts to you, Shentalk, for letting me run this game here, since you were the original runner for this and we decided to swap, so thank you for that, and thank you for joining me on commentary tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and to everyone watching, if you have not played this game, please play this game. It is a hidden gem. It is very good. If you like treasure games, if you like beat 'em ups, you like 2D side scrollers, you will love this game. It is hard. I made it look easy. It can take all your continues, but I guarantee you will have a lovely time with it. So, thank you all for watching.
あ、終わりましたね。お疲れ様でした。以上、シルエットミラージュでした。なかなか骨のありそうなアクションでしたね。はい。続いてのタイトルは、KO 遊撃隊活劇編ですね。はい。次のタイトルの準備しますので、しばらくお待ちください。
All right, we are going to go to a Twitch advertisement and we'll be right back.